Right, here we are. Today we are playing some Thief. And if you may have noticed, Thief the Dark project, which is well, kind of different because basically any digital copy of Thief 1 you can buy will be Thief Gold. And here I've actually used, this is my GoG version, well sort of, GoG version, which I downgraded using the Gold to Dark patch. So now we can play Thief the Dark project. Why, you might ask? Well, from what I've gathered, if it's your first time playing Thief 1, you might want to pick the Dark project over Gold, because Gold adds extra missions which are spread out through the game. They're not at the end of the game, so they run through the existing narrative. And from what I have heard or been told, those extra missions aren't particularly good or new player friendly, maybe. They're a bit maze-like, maybe, kind of too large for their own good. It was something like that. Well, you might already have guessed, I have not finished Thief 1. That is probably one of those games that is on my list that I should finish. It's quite a sad fact that I never did. Excuse the tangent. I usually don't like that when people talk too long before they start playing, but it's kind of needed now. Yeah, the thing I wanted to mention about the patching or downgrading Thief Gold, I tried it yesterday on my other computer, which has Windows 8.8.1 still, and I kind of use it to muck about with stuff like this before I try it on my current PC. There it was actually fairly easy to do. I didn't really run into any trouble. The README file of the downgrade tells you to copy certain files and make a new file to run Thief from, so you don't actually change your original copy of Thief Gold and such. And I just didn't bother with that, really. I just downloaded my GOG offline installer of Thief Gold, installed that, then I installed the downgrade, which worked just fine, and then I used the TFix patch 1.27, which the GoG version doesn't come with. It's on 1.26. I'm not really sure what the differences are, but I'll take it 1.26 is closer to the retail version of Thief Gold, where TFix 1.27 probably changes minor things. But yeah, on my Windows 10 PC, I actually did have some issues trying to get the downgrade running. I'm not really sure what the problem ended up being. It might be actually as simple as the fact that in my Windows Explorer, I have, on the Windows 10, I have it set so that I can see hidden files, and on the Windows 8.1 I can't. And maybe that's where the issue was, because it had issues copying over certain files from the downgrade folder to the Thief folder. So it wasn't as simple as on the Windows 8.1, where it just did it immediately. And I did actually end up doing it on this system. I did end up making a new folder. Basically copy over all the files from your Thief Gold folder, copy it over to another folder that I just called Thief the Dark project, but you can call it whatever you want. Then I put in the patch files to downgrade it into that folder, and then it had some trouble copying certain files, so I manually had to delete some existing files, and then eventually I did get it. and then you have to run the bat file, which in Windows 10 is a bit finicky, because you have to go to properties and set it to basically you have to unlock the file so that it can run, because Windows 10 doesn't allow you to run those files because of security reasons, which is all fine and dandy. I normally am quite paranoid about such things, but that's why I already tried the thing on the Windows 8.1 computer. It worked, and it doesn't do anything creepy or anything like that. So I ended up, it's working now, and for the sake of this video I'll try to play the let's see about the tutorial and maybe the first mission. Sounds fair. Might turn this into a actual playthrough sometime, but I should probably focus on one of the other games. Finish up one of those first. But yeah, let's start the training. The essence of Bellish is this is too fast again. To embrace a cause, to grow fond of spiteful is to lose one's balance, after which no action can be trusted. Our burden is not for the dependent of spirit. Major, the third keeper.
I was a kid. No parents, no home. Running messages and picking pockets to keep my ribs from meeting my spine. One night I saw a man. Folks just passed him by like he wasn't there. I thought he must have something valuable, so I snuck up on him and made a grab.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry. Don't tell the Hammers, I promise.
What is your name, boy?
Garrett.
You have talent, lad.
Let go of me, old man!
To see a keeper is not an easy thing, especially one who does not wish to be seen. We have a need for those as gifted as yourself. If you've grown tired of how you live, then follow me, and we will show you a different way.
Leave me alone!
As you wish.
I caught up with him just before he vanished into the crowd. It was the beginning of a very long education.
Right. Training is always the same, regardless of difficulty.
Welcome, young Garrett. In the nearby rooms, I will instruct you in the various skills you will need to survive. Please stay in the entrance area to each room while I explain the room's purpose. When you are ready to begin your lessons, proceed down this hallway to the first room.
So I've actually not installed the HD mod, which kind of the HD mod that turns up when you Google for it. Does work if you're running this downgrade version. You can just choose between Gold and the Dark project. But I did install it on the other machine. And it looks good. That's but the thing is, it kind of changes the aesthetic quite a bit.
You must learn how to move unseen. Stay in the shadows. Avoid the light. The indicator on your screen will tell you how visible you are. Try to reach the top of the platform without being seen.
So yeah, teaching you about staying in the shadows.
Well done. I did not see you approach.
Open this door to continue. When the door is near the center of your screen, it will light up, indicating that it is selected. To manipulate selected doors and other objects, use them. Good.
Right.
Proceed down this corridor for your next test.
I've already changed the key bindings around to make them more modern.
Now you must learn to move quietly. Some surfaces are louder than others when walked upon, and moving quickly makes more noise than moving slowly. Listen to your own footsteps to hear how much noise you are making. The instructor will have his back turned. You must get to the top of the platform without being heard.
So I actually did find out, as I ran through this earlier, just to check everything, that you can cross that part without
Very
being
good.
heard.
I did not hear you traverse the room.
Beyond this door is a hallway that will lead you to your next task.
So yeah, here it is, 1998. I didn't have a PC really at that time. Our household didn't. So yeah, could never have played it at the time. At that time, I was playing, probably playing Zelda Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64.
Now get your weapons. To pick up objects, select them by centering them on screen until they light up. Then use them. Choose your weapon now. Try readying your sword and then your bow. You can always put them away again if you need your hands free. Now let's go out to the courtyard for some target practice.
But yeah, this game would have been too...
Ready your bow. Knock an arrow and draw back the string by holding down the attack button. Make sure you draw all the way back, or your shot will not have full power. Take aim, and when you are ready to shoot, release your attack. See if you can hit one of these targets.
Start.
Good shot. Keep practicing if you wish. When you are ready to proceed, approach the training dummy and ready your sword. Swing at the target with the attack button. A quick tap will give you a slash. Move the tip of your sword to the left of the target for a left slash, and to the right of the target for a right slash. Hold the attack button down, then release for an overhead swing. Try both slashes and the overhead swing on the practice dummy.
Hang on.
Good job. You're ready for a live opponent. To practice against your partner, enter the cobbled sparring area.
So yeah, this these games are kind of always, they come up once in a while on lists and whatnot of greatest PC games of all time. So I always feel a bit kind of a gamer's sin that I never actually completed this one or the second one. Played them a bunch both, but never sat down long enough to actually complete them.
Well done. Keep sparring if you wish. When you are done, leave the sparring area. That's enough sparring for today. Please walk over to the table.
So yeah, these games have nice little details that these worlds do. How, you know, how would you call it? Simple as everything looks. They do pay attention to detail. Like if you follow that guard, or actually, I think the gate, yeah, it closes. But if you run into that area, it's not just a dead end. There is actually a hallway back there that leads to a door. So even the tutorial guard has a way out. He's not just a guard that spawns in a room. It's kind of details like that. They're pretty awesome, I think.
Would you care for some refreshment before we move on, young Garrett? Please pick up all of the items on this table. Cycle through your inventory to see the objects you have in your pockets. Once an object is displayed, you may use it. Have something to eat if you wish. Then you may proceed. The next test is waiting on the other side of the metal door. The door is locked. but the key from the table will open it. To unlock the door, select the key in your inventory. Center the door on screen until it lights up. Then use the key on the door. Good. Now head down this hallway to get to your next test.
Deus Ex is another one. The one from 2000. Game that I have played, but never enough to complete it.
Now you will learn new movement skills. First, climb the rope by jumping onto it. Move while looking up or down to climb up or down the rope. Turn to change your facing. If you jump again, you will release the rope. Now climb the rope to get to the top of the platform. Well done. Run and jump across the gap to the other side of the stream. Good jump. This obstacle is easy to climb if you know how. First, move close to the wall. Next, jump to grab the edge of the wall and pull yourself up.
Yeah, if you look at this area with the HD mod, it looks way more impressive. They've added in foliage and whatnot. Yeah, and textures like these, they're pretty chunky.
Good job. I am most pleased with your progress. You have passed the last test for today. If you wish, you may stay to practice your climbing and jumping, or swimming, ducking, leaning, or crawling. When you are finished, you may return to your chambers by going through that red door. Farewell.
Right. Yeah, the thing is that HD mod changes things up just a bit too much. Gives it its own aesthetic rather than the maintaining the original. At least in my opinion, it would be nice if there was a more of an upscaled version of the original ones. Maybe that actually exists, but I couldn't find it.
The keepers were training me to be one of them, but I found other uses for those skills.
I'm not really sure, but I think those, if you pick up that vase that's worth 50 gold, I think that adds up. You get an extra 50 when you start the next mission. The most promising acolyte left us, not out of the lesser folly of sentiment, but the greater folly of anger. His heart was clouded and his balance was lost, but his abilities were unmatched. Even then we knew to watch him most carefully. The Keeper and else.
I have a simple job planned for this evening. Break into a guarded mansion, steal another fat nobleman's priceless trinket, and leave quietly. Lord Bafford is out of town, and rumor has it that the captain of his house guard went with him as a bodyguard. The time is ripe for a bit of burglary. The front gate of Lord Bafford's manor is always guarded, and the main street is far too exposed. But Cuddy tells me there's a better way in, around to the side, more out of the way. One guard, and likely no witnesses to complicate matters. The piece Cuddy wants is a scepter, silver, jewels, the usual adornments. It should command a high price. Bafford, like most of his kind, probably keeps his treasures on the top floor of the place, close to his heart, and far from his servants. No point in waiting. I have Cuddy's old sketches of the place, and everyone who's going to be asleep inside already is. It's time to begin.
Right. And here it is. One of the most, well, one of the greatest, coolest difficulty sliders in any game, really. Your objectives change based on difficulty. If you play on expert, that doesn't actually mean there'll be more guards, or the guards will be you know, more susceptible to seeing you and whatnot. No, that's all the same. The thing is, you just have to do more stuff, steal more stuff, find more things, explore more. I think that is an awesome difficulty difficulty setting, or way of adjusting difficulty, I should say, probably. So yeah, what should we do? Or what do we need to do? We have to sneak into the Lord Bafford's manor, case the place. The well house in the back is your best bet. If you can get the key from the guard, blackjacking or pickpocketing him would be the quietest. Find Lord Bafford's prized jeweled scepter and redistribute it to yourself. Try to do it without too much commotion. No, that doesn't change. In addition to pinching the scepter, steal 700 worth of valuables while you're in the manor. Don't kill anyone while you do this job. No servants, no guards, no pets, no one. Once you've achieved your other objectives, get out of the manor's house, back to the city streets. Right. On hard, it's less gold, and you can still kill guards. And you actually also have to get back to the streets again. Yeah. We'll play an expert. See, now I have 350 gold. If we hadn't picked up that vase, I think this is 300. But yeah, this is what we have. I think it's enough. And here we have the map. So you can't actually see where you are on the map. There's no cursor or anything that shows you your exact location. And I kind of like this system. You kind of have to... it does tell you broadly where you are through the highlighted blue here. But yeah. See, basement entrance. I have to go in through here.
I'm going to the bear pits tomorrow.
Hmm.
You want to come
A
with?
few too many to try to get by here.
What? You soft belly. The bears have got these new muzzles with underslung cheek spikes. Last time I was there was a real eye gouging. Nah. It makes me sick. When I was a kid. Surprised you're even in this job. Ooh, the blood, it just turns my poor tummy. Shut up, you tapper. You want blood?
Should we go down there actually? Oh. Right, this is the guard that we need to steal the key from. There we go.
Could you possibly be any more helpful?
Oh, there we go. So, we've cleared one of the objectives, which is probably sneak into the Lord's Bafford through the well house. Right. Oh, hang on, I think actually one thing that does change with difficulty is the amount of health you have. Though I'm not really sure because it's been a while since I've played through these missions, but I did always, since I kind of figured out how it worked, I would also always play on expert really. What's here actually? Don't know. Oh. Let's see. Well,
Since I'm in here, I might as well pick up something for myself.
well, that's actually already 100 gold. That's not too bad. Don't know if this is where we came from or not. Nope, I think this is the right way. Is there anything back here actually? Nope. So I did actually
Inside at last.
I did actually finish the 2014 reboot Thief game, though that's which was kind of commercially and critically panned. Well, it's got kind of what do you say, mediocre reception. I honestly kind of enjoyed it, but I wouldn't be interested in playing it again, and I did play it on the custom difficulty, meaning that I had to play the game basically in perfect stealth, because if any alarm was raised or if I was seen, then it would be game over. So I never had to deal with the combat, which was probably a good thing, because that kind of sucked. So yeah, I liked it with the caveat of
The sir could really beef up security some. What do you mean?
only sneaking.
What's wrong with us? Well, we're fine. But I've been thinking that we should watch the outside. That's stupid. People to worry about there on the inside. No, then you catch them before they get inside, you taffer. Oh.
There we go. So there is also a difficulty mod which seems to be pretty popular, which changes up the guard's AI. And one of the things, which I don't use the difficulty mod because, like I said, I never completed it, so not really don't really see any use for it. But if you know this game by heart, then yeah, you might be interested in playing a difficulty mod. But one of the mentions in the difficulty mod that I read about was actually stating that it won't be as easy to hide the bodies of guards, which I probably do a bit of overthinking when I play these games. I was always really careful about where I put the bodies, but yeah, reading that, it's supposedly pretty easy to hide the bodies of unconscious or dead guards. Right, there's the other one. And I think you almost have to blackjack that guy, because he's that leads to where we were. This is all worthless, which makes sense because this is not the wealthy area. There you go. Where should we put you? So yeah, here I go again, really. Kind of really taking the time to put bodies away and put them somewhere where they won't be discovered, but it's, so yeah, from what I understand, it's actually not necessary. I think I don't really want to try this now, but I think if you actually throw them in water, they'll drown. So yeah, then you still end up with a fail state because a guard died. There you go, next to your buddy. So yeah, could have actually snuck by because he isn't guarding treasure really. Let's see. So yeah, we don't have we don't know much about what this area looks like. Yeah, not much of value here either. I have to watch out with this guy. He does actually raise alarm if he sees us, I believe. Well, he calls for the guard, I should say. Cedric, please speak to cook about last night's dinner. While technically the menu conformed to my instructions, I suspect that the lamb was somewhat older than this springs, and I am in no way fooled by his practice of warming the salad to disguise wilting. If cook is incapable of finding adequate ingredients, he can be replaced. And if he offers those same excuses about the stone market shortages, please remind him that the grocery budget is a good 50% above last year's figures, and even he should be able to produce adequate victuals at those prices. Lord Baffert. So yeah, times aren't really all that great at the moment, it seems, in the world of Thief. Actually don't know the name of the place where this takes place. It's probably the good back in the days where you'd be better off reading the manual before you started playing. Should probably have a look though. The GoG version comes with it. Yeah, I think this is the place where you kind of start. To find more guards. Yep, there's one. So from what I understand, I should be almost pretty much invisible now. If he doesn't actually bump into me, he shouldn't see me. Let's check if this works. Don't make a sound. Well, seemed to work. Where should I take him though? So yeah, this thing, you can't use doors when you have a body. You don't have a free hand, it seems. This seems to be an okay spot, kind of dark. There you go. Oh, he has a pool.
Who's there? Is someone there? Oh,
No, it's fine. Yeah, these games are always praised for their audio design, even still now. And honestly, it really is. You can still pretty much tell what's going on just by listening. Again, putting way too much effort probably in putting bodies away. Maybe keep that one open. So yeah, these kind of games I actually... Oh yeah, Drunkard doesn't isn't bothered by us. And in these games I pretty much always choose to play non-lethal anyway. So the expert mode telling you not to kill doesn't really matter that much for my taste in playstyle. I am also playing through Encased now, which is an isometric RPG, which also has the well, basically you can play through that game non-lethal, which that was a bit weird. I didn't choose to go that route in that game, but yeah, these kind of sneaky type games, I always like playing them non-lethal. To all staff, the Sir will be taking his dinner and evening out tonight. So domestics and manservants have the night free. Housekeep is still expected to finish the quarters and the general polish. The house's guard is not to find this an opportunity to shirk, and lapses will be brought up with the Sir, Cedric. So yeah, no slacking on the job, even when the master is away. Right. Don't know. Someone's whistling. Looks like there might be something of value here. We can go further up. There we go. We have 350 something. Eat something. Yeah, I think the interface seems to be scaling alright, but the actual value of gold, yeah, 455. The numbers on that are really tiny. Okay, if we're here, we should be fine. Let's see, where should we put you? Maybe... Actually, where does this lead? I should probably check out where that all goes. This looks like a good place as any, I guess. I don't know. Right, that leads around. So that is actually the entrance we started in front of.
Thought I saw something. Is that you? Don't see anything now. Hey, I think I saw something over here. Must have been imagining things. Did that shadow move?
No. Well, this is risky. I wonder if wonder if this works.
There. Oh. Over there. What's going on? Stand forth and declare yourself. Come out and fight me.
Yeah, I think that's a bit too far. Yeah, that won't work. I'll leave you two to it. Although then again,
What's there? Is that you?
let's put you over there. Let's see though, might be some more stuff. No. Is this maybe where it came from? Yeah. Okay. So I don't actually know what the kind of the differences between walking, running, and crouching, how that impacts basically the ability of the guards to notice you. Because that was also something they mentioned in the notes of the difficulty mod, that it kind of incentivizes you more to walk about than rather than just running everywhere, because supposedly that would make more noise well in the difficulty mod and not so much in the original version. So it might be okay just running everywhere.
Seems clear enough now. Huh? I heard that. Hey!
Whoa. So yeah, these tiles make more noise, obviously.
What?
Oh. So yeah, that does work. No. Like so. So I take it this place is dark enough also to just hide the body. I'm guessing you have the same key.
Something there. Don't worry, I'll find you.
Right. Didn't jump far enough. Well, he didn't see the corpse. Hold on. There's no corpse. He didn't see his unconscious friend there. So I'm gonna make sure I make a long jump this time. No, hide that. There you go. Oh, these aren't locked. I have to use the key somewhere else. Right, that wine is actually worth something. And we have found enough money. Another nice pool. Well, this seems more of a bath. The other one was more of a pool. Let's see, hiding any more in here? That looks valuable. Some coins. There's the street. There's also a well, not so much this game, but for the second game. Well, there are a lot of fan missions, which are probably also for this for the Dark project, and Thief Gold rather than
I wonder if
Thief
he
2.
reads them or if it's just for show.
But Thief 2 has a kind of a complete expansion, almost a fan-made expansion in that's called T2X Shadows of the Metal Age, I believe. Which I had a look at a video. It seems pretty interesting. I usually back in the day I didn't really care much for mods and stuff like that, you know. But ever since I played, and I'll know that probably there won't be much that is of the quality that is. But since I've played Enderall, which is also a basically a mod, total conversion of Skyrim. Since I played Enderall, I'm like, yeah, bring on the good the good mods, basically. Because that game was awesome. So yeah, maybe that T2 Shadows of the Metal Age would be interesting to check out. But then again, before I'd start that, I'd probably have to finish this game and Thief 2. Though I think that game is sort of set in between Thief 1 and 2, but then it does also run through the narrative in Thief 2, I believe. So yeah, you're probably better off finishing both before you start that one. Though it doesn't involve the characters from this game. It doesn't really involve Garrett, you play as someone else. Lord Bevet, a recent delivery of antiques from Bonn contained several items which we felt might be of interest to you. Description follow, but you are welcome to drop by our shop to examine them or our other goods in person. An ornamental scepter, 3 feet in length, the one we're looking for. The body of the stave is weirwood, carved in the star and dot pattern, 6 inches of the ferrule and 5 inches of the grip are bound with burnished copper overlaid by an ink and glaze crackadair. I don't know that word. Varnish. The crowning feature of this magnificent piece, however, is the 6-inch teardrop cut cloudstone, one of the finest of its type we have seen. A treasure box of 2 feet by 3 feet of silver birch wood. The lid is of an inlaid pearline and onyx in a maze pattern carved into the wood. The feet are lion paws, each clutched a crystal globe. The insides of the box contain 2 principal compartments, one with glass shells and one without. Beneath the compartments is a lockable 2-inch false bottom for your most valuable treasures. Fine antiquities and precious relics. Grimworth and the Perrin. Right, so maybe keep an eye out for a box with a false bottom. Something. Papyrus. Plate. No, that's okay. Oh, we can read this too. Melody Buffett. Spixie sell to Ginny, did you bid? Dragbow. 2 hammerhearts have been afoot, a skulk, ferreting about, grabbing many a one to vanish in the cold stone down below their 4G chain cells. Took they your dealer Tarkus in their clutches night past, and 2 patrons as well, named of Lizali and Rian, scooped up as they left, and these not the first, cries Ginny. Little wonder then if deckbound grows sparse come these days. Of course the lack o' blame to one hand, but I gave Ginny a firm understandsy, blood and doom and the whole book, so he'll be learning him'n all he can about how to turn the hammers off him. Never you fear about your Victoria, nothing yet. Walks she an inch above the ground, for all the dirt of her footprints have I found. Dominic. So yeah, not really sure what this is about. Well, seems like people are disappearing. And maybe Buffett's wife disappeared? This is kind of a report from a private investigator or such. Yeah. Not really sure what's going on there. Oh. Well, I don't think we need to head that way anyway. think we need to go here. Right, but we have a key. There we go.
Who's there?
Are you just gonna look that way?
Someone there? Nothing here now.
Hmm. I do still have water arrows. Well, still, I haven't used any. So I could.
Thought I saw something. Nothing making noise now. Who's there?
Not fast enough, mate.
It's a throne room. How pretentious can you get?
Well, this looks to be the scepter
Here
we're looking
we
for.
go.
Hmm. I don't see any kind of yeah, I thought that letter of his dealer, the note of the dealer, would imply that there's maybe a chest somewhere. No, we check that one. Maybe check his bedroom again. Or maybe he's actually interested in buying something like that. Maybe he hasn't actually purchased it. Right. So yeah, let's see. If we return to the streets, we're done. Well, we can't fit through here. Yeah, but we'll run into the guard. I don't think we came through here. Where does this lead? Oh. Hmm. What the hell is going on with Deckbound? Even if Guinea's crafting, he damn well ought to be more subtle than this. If it's not turned around in another week, toss it up to Ramirez as breach. Interest payment to Drekbow, cash pitch and dealer take Drekbow. There's probably a whole side plot to figure out with that stuff. Right, this is where we came from. Might as well try to head the way out the way we came in. Better not head that way. Right, there's one of the guards. Total of about 1150. Well, we went quite a bit over our mark, it seems. Alright. I think we can get out of here this way. Yeah, here we are. Right. Well, that's it. Finished the tutorial on the first mission. So yeah, that's it for now for Thief the Dark project.